My name is Justus, the president of Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union. We had requested our partners to support us during Ebola and during COVID. We are glad that today we have received consignment from our partners in the United States of America. We have a pulsometer. This pulsometer is to measure the pulse, and we have got a number of them. It's more than one. These are the boxes you see here contain pulsometer. We have got sodium chloride, which is used during infectious control. We have got also giving sets, which also helps in giving treatment. We have got syringes, which also are helpful. Then we have 0.9 sodium chloride injection, and these are the things you are seeing here. The boxes are here. We have also got masks, which also prevent the infection. You just put on like this, and you continue working. And you be smart and you work. So our nurses, our doctors will be protected for a while. And we are very grateful. We have been working in conjunction with Ministry of Health. And on Tuesday, we are going to hand over this equipment, this consignment to Ministry of Health, so that we distribute them where the area of concern will be. So we have got also another sodium chloride in these boxes. We have gloves for protection, and we have also this one. Is a face mask, and you see I look smart a bit, and this one I'm protected to do work with the patient which is infected. So I will be protected. I will not be infected. So we thank the government of Uganda for allowing this conducive environment, and also the URA to not tax us, to waive us a tax on this. Yeah. So in this case, we request the Ministry of Health at least to locate for us a truck which would be picking this consignment, because this is the first time we are bringing things from Entebbe. And you look at the lorry that we have hired with a lot of money. We pay over 2 million things to come here. So we are requesting the Ministry of Health, more particularly the PS, to locate us a truck, so that its work is just to distribute these things all over the country. And these things we are targeting to go to regional referral hospitals. These consignments are 3.5 tons, and it is worth 1 billion shillings, over 1 billion shillings, Ugandan shillings. That's why the taxes was over 100 million. And it is classified and cleared by the URA. It is cleared by the drugs department, NDA, and cleared by the Ministry of Health for consumption, human consumption. This is a supplement to the government facilities. We are just supplementing to protect our members. Of course, government may not do everything all, and we know government, if we are ready, government may be about 60% with their supplies within the regional referrals, within the health sector. And this supplement is good to boost what government have done. However, we call upon government also to make sure that they have enough budget for these protective gears. Look, this thing came, the problem of Ebola comes abruptly. COVID-19 comes abruptly when our budgets have been made. So now you imagine that you have made a budget as a government and something comes in abruptly. It will of course interfere with the budget. It will of course will interfere with our members. That's why many nurses died, doctors died. So we look at it as that because of the resource envelope for government, we need to be supplementing government budgets as nurses in this country. So we call upon government to at least put more focus on PPEs in their budgets, so that the budget goes high, a little bit high. By the time we come in to rescue when there is a good percentage allocated to the government budget on health sector. Otherwise, we have been suffering because the budget of the Ministry of Health is too small that cannot think of emergency medical supplies. These emergency medical supplies should be ever there, because anytime, an hour, we can get an outbreak. And of course, you know, Uganda is in a position of getting these outbreaks anytime. Why? Because we are in the center of Africa. Every corner we move, we have neighbors, we have everybody coming in and going out. So these diseases, we get it at any time. So we call upon government to focus on emergency medical supplies, to be just there in many hospitals. Anytime we can confront an outbreak, and anytime we can have our lives saved, and workers will get work. You know, it gives us a lot of problems. When you want to rescue a patient, you don't have where to protect yourself. You want to protect yourself, the patient is dying, you don't have equipment. And you leave somebody dying, because also I fear to die. At the same time, I cannot touch a Ebola patient when I'm not protected. So this is a call to government that let us work together, let us work seriously to make sure that emergency medical supplies are available in all our hospitals to avoid loss of health workers, which you remember that we lost very many. We lost very many doctors in this. We lost very many nurses and midwives in this.
I'm called Charisima Judith, and I am the General Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union. As the union is responsible for advocating, lobbying, and bargaining for all nurses and midwives of Uganda, today we have received the protective gears, and more especially the items that are used in isolation units. And you remember previously we had Ebola and we have COVID-19. And our funders out abroad have tried to send us a direct relief in order to help us in case we get those situations. And here, as our president of Uganda Nurses and Midwives have said, we have received a number of items. For example, this is a stethoscope, whereby it is used in taking observations in case you have a patient with such a condition. Then you have got the blood pressure machine, also is used in taking observation, vitals, because we nurses, we emphasize taking observations in case you have a patient in front of you. Then even we have received the paroxymeters, also responsible for observations. So we advocate for quality services by our nurses and midwives union. As we are up secretariat lobbying and negotiating, we request nurses down there in their facilities to make sure that they provide quality work. And our work to be quality, it must be timely, it must be effective, and it must be efficient. That's why we are providing, we want to distribute these items so as they can have things to use in order to provide the quality services. Thank you very much, and we shall be working in partnership with the government of Uganda, more especially Ministry of Health, and they have supported us. Thank you very much. I remain Charles Judith, the General Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union.
I'm called Virunja Annette, the National Treasurer, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union. Today we are very, very happy about the consignment we have received from direct relief way back in California. These are all boxes, tons of PPEs for our nurses down there, nurses and midwives. Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union has been doing lobbying, advocacy, protection of workers' rights. All the workers outside there, you should know that Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union is there for you, because this is evidence. If we can lobby and bring all these tons of PPEs to be prepared all the time, because we know that safety at work is very, very important. As we talk, nurses and midwives, sometimes you find they don't have gloves, they don't have things to use, especially on vitals when you receive a patient. Those important things that can tell you what is the status of a patient, it is very, very important. When you go abroad, you find that all the nurses are having stethoscopes in their neck, all the time they have all the things to use. But here, you can be having very few things on the ward, and you have to share. So sometimes you wait for another nurse to finish, and then you can get those things, the same things to use on a patient, and you find you can lose a patient on the way. So we are very, very much happy to see that our partners have given us all these things worth over $1 billion shillings, and we are happy that government also waived off the taxes for these donations. We request nurses and midwives of Uganda. We have received PPEs worth $1 billion shillings. These are tons of PPEs, boxes. We request you not to take them to your clinics, because you will see them and you know that these ones are not part of government equipment. No, we are going to register everything that we are bringing on your wards. And we request you not to take them out of the hospitals. Do accountability. Let us do well, because our salaries have just been increased, and we need to be seen working. We need to be seen as an example. Good people of God, like we sing every day that we have been chosen by God. You need to be people of God like you have always been. Please let these things be held accountable for these things. Don't take them away.